This is the first time I'm looking at the manifesto, and I'm looking at the economy section, and there's something called the genuine progress indicator, as compared to the normal GDP that's used to measure how well the economy is doing. I'm just curious because for this GPI, GPI, I'm not really familiar with how many countries actually do adopt the GPI. That's my question.
New Zealand has seriously looked into it. And it's because of the GDP being a very unable indicator of the well-being of society, because all it looks at is just growth in terms of dollars and cents. If you think about it, a mother staying at home to look after the children does not go into the work that she does not go into measuring the GDP. Whereas the father going out to the bar at night and having a few drinks with the friends contributes to the GDP. And that's where we find that entire concept very dissatisfactory. Even Simon Kuznets, this economist that devised the GDP, had actually made this comment that the GDP is basically an average of everything that the country produces in goods and services. It tells you nothing of the way that those goods and services are being produced and how it benefits society. And it's just an average number and really tells us nothing. People keep saying the same thing over and over, right? You have Bill Gates walking into a room full of beggars and everyone is instantly a millionaire, meaning the average. So the GDP is a very unsatisfactory indicator, index of society's well-being. And that's why in our economic proposal, we're saying in addition to the GDP, let's look at the genuine progressive index, where it takes into environmental issues as well. Right, the footprint that we live behind in terms of carbon emission, and so how that impacts on society as a whole, and that is where I think it speaks to the scale of our research and the amount of work that we put into it, and it is not just slogans. Those are things that if you bother to read it in detail, we've done a lot of work in terms of wanting to put something out that Singaporeans can really bite on and then have confidence in supporting.